Hello everyone, welcome back to the part 3 of Spring Boot microservices with Spring Cloud API Gateway. In the part 3, we will be looking into the login API endpoint. Firstly, we don't have to create a separate endpoint like Spring Security takes care most of that for us. So as you can see, like I have this login request, and if I click on send, here you can see ignore the response, like this particular response. I mean the body, you won't get it anything, but here you can see the status is 200k or 200 okay sorry, and in the headers you should get the token as well as the user id. So that's the important part which we will be taking care of, and this is our api route. So I haven't created any separate REST API endpoint for /login. The web security part takes care it for us. And here inside the like the payload, I'm just passing the password as well as the email, and you can see that this user id corresponds to this particular email. And if I show you my H2 database, you can see this particular id corresponds to this user id. This email corresponds to this user id. So let's see, let's get started. So firstly, you have to go to user application.java, and here first go to application.properties of user, and here I have added few things. First, I have added token expiration time, then I have added token secret. Here you can add any 64 characters. You can ask ChatGPT to do that for you. And here I have added one URL path as well, so /user/login. So with the help of this, the Spring Security would be smart enough to create this for us. We don't have to write this inside our users controller. Then you will have to go to application.properties of your API gateway, and here I have added few things which I want to show it to you. So firstly, I have added so this thing we already had, right? This and this as well. So here I think you might have not added this, so make sure you add this. Then one I have added for post request as well, and the header is authorization bearer, remove request header cookie and rewrite path. And similarly I have done it for H2 console as well, so same thing. And one I have done it for login as well. So make sure you do all this stuff. Once you are done with this, you will have to add JSON web token to pom.xml of your user. So I'll go to pom.xml, and here I have added this dependency. Then we require this implementation dependency as well, and we require JSON web token of Jackson as well. So make sure you add this 3 dependency. Once that is done, here I have created a login request model. So if I go over here, okay, so inside model, login request model, here it takes 2 properties, email and password, and I have created getters and setters for that. Then inside so we have to create one authentication filter. So as you can see, I have created this authentication filter. These are all the imports for it. Just copy paste these imports, and it extends the username password authentication filter. And here we are injecting, apart from the authentication manager, the user service as well as the environment as well. And if you see this particular method, here we are overriding attempt authentication. So we first, with the help of object mapper, read the value, so get the input stream, so login request model. Then we just call get authentication manager dot authenticate, pass our new username password authentication, pass our email password, and here we just pass an empty array list. And again, these are called automatically, we don't have to worry about it. Also, I'm overriding successful authentication. So once the authentication is successful, we get this particular username sorry, and we also get the user details with this particular get user details by email. I will show you this method, so you will have to write this particular method as well. Then we are getting our token secret from application.properties. Then we are creating our secret key. Then we are creating our instance. Then we create a token, so we are passing jwts.builder, passing our subject, so subject is user id, passing our expiration, issued date, like issued at, sign with our secret key and .compact, and we are just adding our token as well as the user ID inside the header response, so which I show in you in Postman. Once authentication filter is done, you will have to go to user repository. So inside user repository.java, I have added this method user entity.find by email. So we are using JPA, so you will have to follow the naming convention, and it takes an email. The next thing is user service.java. So if I go over here, you can see we are extending user detail service, and we are created this method. Apart from this create user, we are also created get user details by email. Now we will have to go to user service implementation.java for implementing this method. So here, as you can see, I'm injecting bcrypt password encoder as well. And if you see this load by username, so first we are creating our user entity, and if that is equal to null, we are throwing an user not found exception, and we are creating an user out of it. So here are all the imports for that. And as you can see, we are passing our email, encrypted password, enable is true, account not expired is true, credential non expired true, and at the very end I am passing our an empty array list. And get the user details by email, we are using our user repository to find that email, and if the user entity is equal to null, then we just do user not found exception, and then we just use model mapper to map user dto.class. So these two methods. Then inside user service, okay, this is done. Inside web security dot java, here I have added few things as well. So first, these are all the imports, okay, and here we are also injecting user service and password encoder along with environment, so make sure you do that. And inside security filter chain, firstly I have created an authentication manager builder using the http.get shared object. Then with the help of that, we just do user detail service, pass our user service, and pass inside password encoder we pass our bcrypt password encoder. Then authentication manager, we build that authentication manager, and here we were previously passing authentication manager dot build, so I directly pass our authentication manager. And what else I have changed? So here I have set the filter process as well for URL, so login.url.path, which we had added inside application.properties. Then I think the rest everything remains the same, just cross verify once in case if you haven't written anything. Yeah, that's it. And then you can first start your Eureka server, then wait for some time, then start your user microservice, and then start your API gateway, and you should be able to log in with your user. Make sure you create the user again, because if you have stopped the server, your h2 database will is an in-memory database, so your user details won't be persisted if you have already created a user. So it's better you create a user again using this, and then try to log in, and it should work for you. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.